Okay, so now we are up to Mac Mini, the final one. So, right, the Mac Mini. Um, my father actually just recently purchased a Mac Mini. Uh, we actually switched over from some old Dell PC from like a million years ago, and he made the switch to Mac, which he actually runs like Windows parallels, and so but it's oh my god, so much faster. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so here's the Apple homepage today on Sunday, June 9th, 2013. Tomorrow, June 10th to the 14th, is WWDC. But now, if we take a look at the store, make his Father's Day. Yes, great. Oh, right, yeah, that's the thing. Now there's the iPad Mini. I don't know why I'm not doing archives for these and just for the computers, but it's because I'm not doing archives for these because there's no like specification upgrades really. But anyway, I just want to quickly show you the iPads, um, iPad Mini, which this is what's great because if people want an iPad, they can finally get an iPad, but they don't have to pay like $500 or $600 for one Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi and cellular, and as cheap as $330, which is very very good. Um, the iPad Mini actually has the same resolution as the iPad 2, so it's slightly better quality, but not Retina. But supposedly they're working on integrating Retina. You can still buy the older version, the iPad 2, for $400, which is very good. And here's the iPad with Retina display, which is the fourth generation. Uh, my father actually owns a third generation, which it is an iPad with Retina display, but it is not the iPad with Retina display. It is the name of the iPad is actually the new iPad, which is what they call the third generation, which is very very weird. So anyway, here they recently added the 128 gig, which is supposedly a sort of a hint that they're going to be releasing the new iPhone with 128 gig, which will be very good because then the 64 gig will come down in price, and everything comes down in price, and that's very good. So this is the A6X chip, the Retina display. When they released this, they announced like the Retina display is this fantastic new feature on the iPad. It's the iPad with Retina display. It's incredible, and I'm just there like, yeah, I, yeah, and iPads have had Retina display for quite a while. The only difference is like I think they put in the Lightning connector instead of the 30 pin, and they put in the A6X chip instead of the A5X actually. Yeah. Okay. Store. So we have Mac, and they've updated the store since the last time I took a look at it. They have Shop Mac, Shop iPad, Shop iPhone. Shop iPhone, you can get the 5, 4S, and 4. Um, you can, for iPods, they've updated the iPod Touch, so this is the 5th generation. And this is pretty cool because it's basically the iPhone 5, and you have various colors, whatever, 32 and 64 gig. And they have the 4th generation, the older one, 16 gig for 230, which is a great alternative for people. Like, honestly, I feel like in today's day, there's no point of even selling iPods, or especially iPod Touches. These iPod Touches they are iPhones without the phone. And I think my personal opinion of why I think they should not even produce iPod Touches anymore is because anyone who is of cell phone age, meaning, like, depending on what people's opinions are, 12 and up, 12, 13, 14, teenager and up, like adults, they're going to have a cell phone. And honestly, there's no point in owning a cell phone and an iPod Touch, because then that's just a pain to carry both around. Having it all in one is a much better idea. So really, the reason why the iPod Touch wouldn't need to exist for that age, like teens and up, is because the iPhone exists. And then for the people under 13, like kids, a good reason would be they don't need the iPod Touch because they can have an iPad Mini, an iPad or an iPad Mini. Some parents may say that, I don't know what I just clicked on, that an iPad is too expensive to get for a little kid, but you don't have to go and spend $700 on, the best iPad. For a little kid, you can get $330 iPad Mini. So honestly, I don't see the point of even selling iPod Touches. Wow, I haven't even gotten started on the Mac Mini. Let's get started on Mac Mini. Go to Mac Mini. Right. So I actually think my dad actually has the most like the maxed out one. Now, we actually took this apart. We upgraded the RAM, and we put in a 512 gigabyte flash. No, solid state. I don't remember if it was 256 or 512, but it was a solid state, not flash. I don't think it was a solid state, and we put that in ourselves, and it saved a lot of money, more money than if we did the upgrades like right by here, like I'll do in a second. But yeah, it was very cool. It's so like small and compact, and yeah. But I mean, if you just look at it, this is assuming that you have a monitor. Like, he didn't get a monitor because he had his old like Dell one. But yeah, okay. So here's the. If you look at this, you'd say like, why is the slower one more expensive? But if you quickly take a look, it's a dual core i5 versus a quad core i7, and you'll be able to see as you upgrade. So max it out at a quad core i7 at 2.6 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM at 1600 megahertz, and a 256 solid state drive. And you get a super drive, and I personally like the Magic Trackpad. And you can again get the wireless keyboard, and that makes it about $1,700. You can add the display for an extra $1,000. If you take that off, it's under $2,000. And my dad actually got it for much cheaper, and he got like all these specifications. And I'm pretty sure he got a 512 solid state. Actually, no, that might have been too much. I don't know. 256 or 512, but he bought that separately and then installed it himself. So, and I think he bought it for cheaper than $300. And the RAM, he did not pay $300 for the 16 gigs of RAM. Probably paid under $100. I don't know, maybe even cheaper than that. And we installed it ourselves, so it was much more efficient. But yeah, this is it. Less than $2,000 for a Mac Mini. If you already have a monitor, it is fantastic. Quad core i7 at 2.6 gigahertz. It's very, very fast. 16 gigs, solid state. It's very good pricing. Really, each computer it depends on the user and what the purpose is going to be. But yeah. Okay, this concludes the Sunday, June 9th, 2013 Apple Archive.